This is my 23rd season plowing for the city of Milwaukee. I enjoy it very much. I take a lot of pride in the work that all of my contemporaries do here. It's very important that I get the snow off the streets so people can get to do what they want to do.
Milwaukee's Department of Public Works Operations Division has been getting ready for this snowfall for months. In fact, snow and ice control operations in Milwaukee are a year-round effort.
We need to look at what driving team we're going to start out with, because this may be...
Work starts here in early summer.
We start planning in early June for the upcoming winter season. And we do that by debriefing on what went well and what we need to improve and where we want to go with the next snow and ice control operation. And that involves equipment and supplies and material and scheduling and just overall goals of the operation.
Milwaukee has 3 major rivers, and it sits on the western shore of Lake Michigan. It gets lake effect and lake-enhanced snow. The area gets about 47 inches of snow each year. Milwaukee measures 96 square miles. It has 1,475 miles of streets. That equals 7,000 miles of road lanes with numerous bridges and overpasses. So in Milwaukee, snow and ice control is a big job, and it's a critical job.
Public safety is first and foremost our main goal when we're talking about a snow and ice control operation, meaning that streets are safe to travel and that emergency response vehicles can get to where they need to go and people can get to their destinations, whether it's business or schools or to their medical appointment, that they can do so in a safe manner.
Here's how the City of Milwaukee Department of Public Works gets that job done. Preparation is the key. Trucks, salters, and plows must be in tip-top condition.
There is a schedule that's put into place to inspect, repair, and maintain all of the equipment. So that is scheduled throughout the year. And we're talking 350 to 400 pieces of equipment that need to be ready for snow and ice control.
People in the Operations Division constantly monitor weather systems, weather models, and forecasts.
Weather is a chaotic science. So what we have to do is compare and contrast weather information. If all of the weather forecasts said the same thing at the very same time, it would be easy. But unfortunately, there's all types of variable with weather. And so what we do is we monitor multiple sources for weather forecasting to see when events will start, when they'll end, what type of snow it is, how fast it will fall, and we plan for that entire event.
As a winter storm approaches, the Operations Division snow team meets and strategizes its plan of attack.
So we have the plan. We'll be ready for tomorrow's operation. Make sure you get a lot of rest, and here we go.
Every winter storm is different. Depending on the forecast, the city is prepared to execute any of 3 types of snow and ice control operations: anti-icing, general ice control, or plowing. Each operation is built on a unique strategy with a response tailored to the forecast. But the goal for all operations is the same: to make the streets of Milwaukee safe and passable. Anti-icing is a proactive rather than reactive strategy. It's done in advance of looming weather events such as freezing fog, frost, and snow. It's particularly helpful to treat bridges and overpasses. It prevents slippery conditions on those elevated surfaces. When anti-icing is done, you'll see lines like these on the pavement.
Anti-icing is we apply a brine, a salt solution, basic rock salt and water. We manufacture our own brine. We put it in big tanker trucks. At the base of the tanker truck is a bar with pencil sprayers, and we apply this brine solution to the pavement. The brine helps prevent the snow from bonding to the pavement, so it allows us to mechanically plow and move that snow off the pavement easier as the snowstorm develops.
A second operation is General Ice Control, or GIC. This is the most common snow and ice control operation. On average, Milwaukee conducts about 40 general ice control operations each year.
A general ice control is where we have generally 2 to 3 inches of snow, and we will send out the salt trucks. We have 103 trucks that we deploy for general ice control, and they will be applying salt to prevent slippery conditions throughout the city.
Here's how a GIC is executed. As a storm approaches, an automated phone call from the DPW Control Center directs drivers to report to work. Employees respond from sanitation, forestry, and infrastructure services.
From October 15th through the end of April, your first priority is snow and ice control operations. Many times you'll miss Christmas or New Year's events or the big game on television, parties, weddings, social events. They respond and interrupt whatever they're doing to do the job we need to get done.
We will celebrate Christmas in July because if you have to work on a holiday, the most important thing is making sure that vehicles are able to get where they belong safely and efficiently.
It doesn't matter what time the phone rings. It could be at 6 in the evening, 3 in the morning. We have to be ready to go clean that snow. We have to be ready at all times.
These well-trained operators are ready to work up to 12-hour shifts. Additional teams are called in for rotating shifts as needed. These people operate trucks mounted with plows and salt spreaders. Milwaukee has 9 salt storage facilities like this one. The domed stockpiles are strategically located around the city. During a storm, the salt is pre-wetted with salt brine. The pre-wetted salt activates faster and it reduces the bounce-off, keeping the salt in the driving lane. When pavement temperatures drop below 15 degrees, Milwaukee also uses treated salt. It's more effective than white rock salt in frigid conditions. The city of Milwaukee thoughtfully practices sensible salting. It applies the right amount of salt in the right place at the right time.
We are very concerned about the environmental impact with salt usage because we live in an area with a Great Lake and 3 major rivers. So we use as little salt as we possibly can. However, in conditions that we have, where we have moisture, we have very cold conditions, our pavement temperatures can get cold and stay cold, we use salt to make sure that we have safe and passable streets. So we have to temper that salt usage with public safety and environmental impacts, and we work very diligently to do so.
A third snow and ice control operation is plowing. It's initiated when forecasts call for large snow accumulations.
When you're getting 4 inches or more of snow or these long duration events, a plowing is initiated. And what that means is we bring in our garbage trucks and then we mount front plow blades on them. They're heavy duty, they move a lot of snow. When we conduct a general plowing, we can have upwards of 350 pieces of equipment attacking the snowstorm.
In a plowing operation, salt trucks stay on the job. Adding the garbage trucks puts about 120 more plows on the streets. During a snow or ice event, streets are salted and plowed with these priorities. First, clear the arterials or main streets. Keep the public transportation system moving, then plow residential streets. Keeping Milwaukee moving during a winter storm is a massive operation. Once the snow has stopped falling, it can take as many as 18 hours to clear streets to safe and passable conditions. It can take longer if the snow is heavier or if it is a long-duration storm. Residents can help make this crucial job more efficient and effective. If you can, stay off the streets. Less traffic means snow equipment can move faster and more effectively. If you must drive, stay on the main arterials. Those will be plowed and salted first. And take your time, slow down, and move over.
The best thing you can do is just give us a little bit of room, and speed's a real critical thing. You gotta slow down. When it starts to snow, the roads are slippery. Till we can get some salt down on that, you know, everybody just slow down and give us a little bit of room.
When parking on the street, residents should try to park farther away from driveways, alleys, and intersections. This allows equipment to get closer to curbs. And it's important people park legally.
If we can get any help from the residents and any way they can move their cars to help, it makes it a lot easier. and obey the parking signs are very important. They're up there really for a reason. It helps everybody.
Winter parking regulation starts December the 1st. It ends March the 1st. It varies on what street you stay on, what you need to do as far as watching signs, looking on the website, which is milwaukee.gov/parking, or calling 414-286-CITY to know what you need to do for winter parking.
The city has numerous ways to notify residents about approaching storms and subsequent parking regulations. Sign up for e-Notify to receive email or text alerts. Visit the city's website and stay tuned to local media outlets. Here are some other things residents can do during a snow or ice event. Sidewalks in the city of Milwaukee must be cleared of snow and ice 24 hours after the snow has stopped falling. Don't shovel or blow that snow into the street.
Instead of pushing the snow back out for us to push it back in, it's a never-ending cycle, maybe to the side, or when you snow blow it to your lawn.
Milwaukee has 89,000 residential driveways. When clearing snow from your driveway approach, remember this tip. While facing the street, always shovel to the right.
If you shovel all your snow to the right out of your driveway approach, that's the less snow that this blade's going to carry across your driveway opening. So if everybody would go to the right, we always plow to the right, and more than likely it's going to get the snow away from your mailbox also.
And lastly, be patient.
We do ask the public to have patience. We would like to get to every street immediately. That is an impossible task for us, but we will get to every street eventually. And with 7,000 lane miles to clear, it just will take us some time. These are big operations with a lot of ground to cover.
Milwaukee's snow and ice control team does important work. These people keep the city's streets safe and passable. They help keep Milwaukee up and running.
The primary goal is to make sure the roads are clear enough for fire and police to get where they need to be. And secondly, people get to work. We don't want the city to be shut down, so it's important that that's the main thing on our mind when we get in that truck.
Our main goal with our operation, besides public safety, is that people can get to their destination safely. So that's keeping the city of Milwaukee open for business, that public transportation can operate so people can get to school and work and wherever they need to go, and that it's safe to travel for cars, for people on bicycles, and pedestrians. So that is our main priority. Our snow team, our drivers, are very dedicated to the cause of snow and ice control. They set up their personal lives for the winter to respond at a moment's notice for a call out for a snow and ice control operation. And they do so because they're dedicated to clear the roads in the city of Milwaukee. And that comes with great sacrifices to do the job we need to get done.
We take a lot of pride in the work we do. It's a good feeling to know if your family has an emergency or somebody else's family has an emergency, it's very important that those fire trucks and ambulances can get to where they're going and as soon as possible.
I take pride in my job. Every time I'm out there snow plowing, I'm plowing that snow like if I was plowing in front of my house.